In slate. Is this scene?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2. Slay Your Own Dragon, take 1. That scene okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you ready? You ready, Bobby?
Yeah, sure. This will be the biggest train wreck since the Titanic.
And action.
I'm Bobby Calloway. I'm an actor, writer, voiceover artist, and former pro wrestler, originally from Hertfordshire in the UK, but I've been living in Ireland for the last 20 years. Now that I've finally taken the plunge and become an actor, I can look back on being a kid and retroactively remember that I did always want it, but I didn't know that I wanted it, or I didn't think I could do it. But I think I probably still had the thirst to kind of create something and perform in general, so I studied film production in college just as probably as an outlet for that. It was, I think maybe I was, it just wasn't the right fit for me, you know, and I just kind of walked away from any kind of creativity and just did my time in the corporate world for a few years, and then eventually I started getting ideas for short films, and again I started to kind of get the bug to kind of start creating again. My first short film is Aaron. It's a very simple film. Once we got a crew together, we shot it in one day, and I did the edit myself, and I made plenty of first-time mistakes, as we all do, and I think that's probably the lesson every filmmaker should learn, is that there's always going to be things you regret, but there's always going to be things that you're proud of as well, so you should always be thankful for the lessons that you learn in creating these things.
My dad was on the phone to me yesterday.
Yeah? What do you say?
He said he was proud, and I actually think he meant it.
High and Tight was actually written before Aaron. It was the first script I wrote after college, because I was obsessed with war stuff at the time. Again, it's a film that there's some parts of it I look back on and I'm just like, oh, you made that mistake, you could have done this, or this could have been better. But at the same time, there's a lot to be proud of as well. The Gumdrops is a complete departure from what I normally did.
Nora! My favourite woman in the whole entire world. How are you?
On the verge of getting diabetes with this very conversation.
Okay.
It started out as just a standalone short film just about these college girls getting ready for Rag Week. I just kind of knew straight away I wanted to turn this into a series. Most of my stories do tend to have an element of sort of finding your own family and like the power of friendship in a way. I think that's reflected in my time in the arts, because I found more lifelong friends and closer friends, and in a sense finding my own family through my time in the arts. It's an industry that's often overlooked and trivialized because people see it, oh, it's not a real job, or, you know, it's not real work, or it's not essential, but, you know, it's a career that can really provide a lot of fulfillment for people, and I think it needs to be supported a lot more than it has been in the past and is currently. I think that throughout my life, I've found that the arts have in some way been a home, not just for me, but for loads of people who maybe didn't fit in or struggled with their mental health or disabilities over the years. When I was 10 years old, I remember my mother telling me that I had what was called Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism. Feeling that you don't fit in and feeling that you were kind of born wrong, that really affected me a lot as well. I've always kind of had a weird sort of sense of identity and kind of, you know, they say comparison is like the devil and you should never do it, but that's kind of constantly what I've been doing, probably to my detriment. And I just kind of retreated more into myself and kind of got very sensitive and very down on myself on being different. 8 years ago was the time I was properly serious about committing suicide. And just kind of fear of, you know, oh God, what if I screw my whole life up? Or, you know, fear of just, you know, what if no one would even miss me, you know? In that moment, I had the friend that I needed to kind of bring me back to earth. Everyone's different. Everyone carries their own life experiences and their own traumas and their own backstories and everything. You have to be able to give yourself reasons to live. A lot of people who are neurodivergent will avoid seeking treatment or even just talking to people about this because they don't want to be a nuisance or they don't want to be seen as annoying. There are so many people who would much prefer you sitting here on this earth. Once you can start picturing that future you want to be part of, it does get so much better as well. can remember when I was younger, I would constantly think of good things as, well, like success as something that just kind of happened to you if, you were lucky or you waited around. But as I got older, I realized that you have to take that chance and take that time and take your place. You can wait around for someone to slay the dragon if you want to, but chances are no one's going to. So you do so much more by just slaying your own dragon and just building a life that you can be proud of as well.